LongHaul Larry, Big Blue. We are sitting here in Mount Crawford, Virginia, and it is August 25th, 2019. And I'm going to do a little project while I'm sitting here. I do not pick up until tomorrow. I actually took off from, what is it, Lebanon, I think it is, Tennessee. And that's the last video you guys saw, and I ran up here. I did deliver to the yard this morning, and then I drove on back down here to Mount Crawford, shut it on down. And this is where I got to, and I had the multiple camera thing all set up, and I thought I had it working, and I was doing all that, and I recorded all night long. And this morning I got here and I went to put the data in my tablet to put together a video, and it didn't work. So back to the drawing board with that, I'll figure it out. But today what we're gonna do is I'm gonna actually add a greaseless fifth wheel. My boss has picked this up, and it's inside the truck, and he picked this up, and he wants me to install it, give it a try, see how it works. If it works good, then he's gonna have it installed on the rest of his trucks. So that is the feat for today, is to install this. This is made by Minimizer, and the part number on it is 103090. And this one here is for fifth wheels, made by Jost. So the first step in doing this, there was no instructions with it or nothing, but the first step in doing this is I have to clean the fifth wheel, which, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a try, see what I can do here, and see how I can get this done and everything. What I did is I just took some cardboard, cut it up and everything. I'm gonna scrape it off the best I can, and then I got a little bag here I'm gonna put it all into, and then I'm going to, I got some brake cleaner in the truck, and I'm gonna spray it down and try to wipe it out with towels, and who knows, if I can get it done decent, then I'll probably end up doing it. Otherwise, I'll end up having to wait till I get home and then grab the power washer. But let's see what we can do here. Like I said, Minimizer 103090. Basically all it is just a Teflon plate. Comes with this ram kit. And this Slickplate hardware kit. That's it. You can see the part number right there. 103088. Well, it's pretty simple. Basically all you do is just align it onto the fifth wheel plate. Drill holes in where these holes go here, so you can put the bolts down through. Put those all bolts on there. And then these here plates, these little skid plate things. So if you go up on the trailer, it's going to hit this. They just go right in here. And you just want to make sure that they're not sticking up above the fifth wheel where it sits on here. That's pretty much all there is to it. It's real simple. So I'm going to get to it, and I'm just going to mark out these holes, get it all lined up, mark out the holes, and then I will drill all these holes out, get it on there, and then I will attach these on later. Alright guys, I got all the bolts drilled except for one. Figure out how to do one in here. Show you guys what I'm doing. Basically I marked all the holes, and then I went back through and I'm using a 1/4" drill bit and drilling a pilot hole, and then I'm coming back over the top and I'm using a 3/8 drill bit here and drilling these out. Now there is no instructions with this kit. There was no instruction pamphlet in it. But I did go online, and there is something from Minimizer and stuff like that, and it shows a guy installing one of these. It isn't on this fifth wheel plate, this style, but he says to use a 7/16 drill bit. 7/16 is bigger than a 1/2 inch. Now these are the bolts, and they're 3/8. I don't know if maybe the kit that he used had bigger bolts in it or something, but I really don't want to put bigger holes, because then it's going to there's going to be a lot of force on this pushing this. And if it can move at all, if these bolt holes are sloppy, the whole skid plate is going to move around a little bit, and that could tear something. So I would rather have it the right size. That's what I'm doing. I'm drilling out the wheels. Well, it's pretty much just as simple as just popping a bolt in. And then there's a lock washer and a nut that goes on the bottom of it. I'm going to do the top ones first, so I'm going to tip the fifth wheel to get up underneath there and get that back one. And the nuts are 9/16. Go. And there is no Allen or nothing on top. What there is if you look at it, you can see these little indents in there, detents, I guess you call them, and those will suck down into the plastic and keep it from turning. Well, there we go, guys. We got it all tightened down. Nobody's gonna mount these down. Alright, guys. Now we just need to mount these back skid plates here. These are gonna be sitting on here. Pretty simple. I want to make sure that they're not higher than the deck plate, which they're not. You can see, because if these are higher than the deck plate, then the trailer would actually sit on these and rub on it and tear up the trailer. So I'm just going to mount them just a little bit down, right about there. That gives just a little bit of room. And what that's going to do is the trailer is going to come up here and it's going to hit this instead of hitting the plastic, and that'll push the trailer up on here. So we're just going to mark our hole. Just like so. And I don't even think these are 3/8. I'm going to use a 5/16 on these. Get a socket. There we go. Now let's do that to the other side. Guys, there you go. Fifth wheel is all installed. The slick plate from Minimizer is all installed on the fifth wheel. Shouldn't have to grease anymore. When I was with JB Hunt, they had Holland aluminum greaseless fifth wheels on there, and the pads are actually like built into it and everything. And I looked up online and everything. Those things are $2,100 for those. These right here, I don't know what my boss exactly paid for these, but I saw them anywhere from $205 to $213 for one of these plates. You can also get them so you can mount them and they screw up on the trailers too. And they have like screws and stuff that go up into the trailers. I like this idea. I think this will work pretty good right here. They do have a 5-year warranty, so that's pretty good. 5 years for a couple $100 where you don't have to grease anymore, don't have to mess, because like this, all the grease that comes out the trailer when you turn back and forth and drips all over everything. Also, you can see here, a lot of people have questions about this, saying, well, if you don't grease this, you won't get greased on inside your gear and all that other stuff to lube all that up. Right here is your greaser. All fifth wheels will have a greaser. Some will have them over in here on the sides or something, but this one here has it here, and there's a tube underneath here that runs up inside that running gear. So you can grease that up once in a while a little bit. You just don't want to over grease that. I do have another problem. My fifth wheel pin, there's a ram that's up underneath here. It's back way up underneath there, and it's not working. It jammed up one day and I had to disconnect it just to get my trailer unhooked, and or to get it to hook back up again. And so I've been pulling that by hand. I do have the new air ram. My boss bought me a new one, but I just haven't installed it yet. I was actually going to do it today, but there's just no room for me to get underneath there. So I'm going to have to actually pull this fifth wheel off. I'll do that when I get home. It's pretty easy. A couple bolts, pins slide out. You put a piece of plywood across the back of the frame here and you just pick it up. It's flop it on there, work on it, flop it back on. It's pretty easy. So all I got left is to hook the trailer back up and throw away all my garbage. I already cleaned all my tools, put all that stuff away. Total time for this was probably about an hour. But that's with recording and setting up cameras and, you know, doing little extra things and stuff. Pretty simple thing, guys. So I'm pretty excited to see how this works out. I think it's going to work good. So I'm going to let you guys go. And I hope that everyone out there is having themselves a great day, great night as they watch this here video. And if they're not, so we can change it all around, try it all over again tomorrow. And I will catch you guys later. See ya.